All right, Kiss Army, welcome to the KissFAQ Podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today and letting us into your head. I hope we don't do any damage. We hope that you enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the KissFAQ Podcast. I'm Ken, I'll be your host. Joining me is Lonnie.
What's up?
What's your name on the board?
You're 69th Blizzard. I'm STL Kiss.
Yeah, and you're St. Louis Kiss on the board. Today it's just going to be the two of us. Julian is busy and Mark has things going on, and it's hey.
So we understand if you turn it off right now.
It's not right now. Hey, it's okay. You know, we understand.
Right.
So today we're going to discuss a few topics, news and so on. We can start with some of the news in the KISS world. Everyone knows about KISS going to do the streaming in Dubai on New Year's Eve, so that's going on, and we've mentioned that one before. One new thing from that is that they posted some pictures of the stage being built out in front near the water, and I guess the people in the hotel will watch it from their balconies and so on. But I'm guessing they're going to be able to do a lot of firepower from outside there, right?
Yeah, and it's interesting because we're only 3 weeks away from that, and Julian mentioned that there's a 2-week quarantine mandate when they get over there. So I would imagine either they're boarding a plane now or within the next week, I would guess, to get over there.
Either that or they're going to have to sleep on stage when they get there.
Right.
with sleeping bags and just, hey, rough it right there. Yeah, so it's not much time. They better hurry. I don't know how they're handling this stuff, but whatever. I hope it all works. I guess it'll work. They'll figure it out. They have Doc McGee running the show, so hey.
And it looks like I got a thing off of KISS's Twitter today too, saying that they're going to allow, I guess, like if you're going to pay, and I got a thing like an email about it 2 weeks ago too, that if you're willing to pay, I think up to like $15,000, you can go to the show and be one of the few people there to witness it.
Right, I think I saw that.
And if that's the case too, you better be leaving within the next week yourself.
Yeah, you can meet them over like a video chat, I think, and stuff like that. It's like an ultimate VIP, but
video chat.
You don't really.
It's kind of like I'm talking to you right now.
Exactly. It's like, hey, well, did you send me the money? Did you send me the money, Lonnie?
Yeah.
I'll have to check. Make sure you paid me properly. It's I don't know how many people are going to do that.
That's interesting.
I find that probably is going to be a very low number. Very, very low. I'm not doing it. I can tell you that.
Good for you.
I already spent enough on my, over 200, whatever, 250 something, whatever it was, package. So,
right.
As far as I'm going. So that was Dubai. Some other news. There's the Paul had tweeted about Evan Stanley, his son's music coming out Friday, which would be tomorrow. I guess a couple of people have heard it on the board or heard some samples maybe. It didn't sound like they were too pleased with with the music. I mean, it's not, whatever. It's not going to be KISS, right?
No, it's not going to be KISS, and to each their own. I mean, I don't expect it to be KISS-like to be. I didn't expect it to be KISS-like, to be completely honest. So we'll see. I guess we'll know more tomorrow on that. But I didn't expect it to be hard rocky like that. So
yeah, I mean, I'll listen to it and see what it sounds like. Curious. See what it is. Then we know about there's another. I think today Julian posted another KissFAQ podcast with the guys doing the
KissMas Masquerade.
KissMas Masquerade, and there's going to be that's going to be a live stream event including, I can't remember everybody, but Bruce is involved, Bruce Kulick,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. So, check that out to find out more about it. Check the other
Check out episode 335.
335. Yeah, and this is 336. So, yeah, check the one before this one. And, maybe you'll want to, check it out when it happens. Also, there was another post by Paul, a picture of the KISS warehouse, a little corner in the KISS warehouse.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw some alive costumes or Rock the Nation type costumes. It looked like, good to see. I wish we'd see more of that. Because I think that always kind of, Paul tweets or something, and a lot of time Paul tweets and it's him scolding people for going out or not wearing a mask or something like that, and that's fine. But he's Paul Stanley. Show me something. I mean, I get scolded. I know plenty of people that are going to scold you about not wearing a mask. You're Paul Stanley. Give me something different. Give me a sneak peek of the KISS warehouse.
Right.
I enjoyed those pictures. Around Black Friday, him showing off signing, guitars that he had on sale for that. Give me some cool and unique stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be all the time, but maybe when you do go to the warehouse, we'll take a few different pictures and maybe store them up and give me one a week or every other week or something like that. Just a peek behind the curtain of what's really out there that I haven't seen that in a while type stuff. It's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, give stuff to your core audience, which is going to be KISS fans. So target them and give those kind of things.
Your core audience that's following you on Twitter,
exactly.
that get alerts every time you tweet. What Paul say?
Yeah. I don't think there's a following for Soul Station yet. Probably not. But the Soul Station Army or whatever. I saw that picture. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. At least they didn't get rid of all their outfits and so on. I'm sure there's still a lot of extras out there besides what we just saw on that. I found it interesting. The one thing, a couple of the Ace pieces, parts of his costume, including what looks like for repairing those tubes, the tubes that there's it looks like a hose, right? I was like, oh, that's probably he ripped it or something, and they would just
go repair it.
The person that was responsible for the costumes would repair it.
Yeah, I mean, they sold off a lot of that stuff with the auction back in 2000, but I mean that was 20 years ago. There's 20 years. You would think ideally, or you would think there's 20 years worth of costumes and stage props and different trinkets like that are stored there. It'd be and probably there's still some other stuff left over that didn't get sold in those 2000 auctions.
I don't.
Have got to be out there as well.
Yeah, I don't think they sold everything. I think there was multiple copies of costumes.
Sure.
Especially in their, going from alive forward. I'm sure there's multiples where the real early stuff. I would imagine that there was much of that, and they probably didn't survive anyway.
And even like the reunion tour, I can imagine there were multiple upon multiple costumes. They weren't wearing this. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not wearing the same ones every night. I mean, come on.
No.
I mean, they're not. Oh, this is still wet from sweat from last night. I can't. And I don't think in '96 they're doing that. They're making too much money back then.
They're making too much money, right? No, I agree. So yeah, it's cool. I hope they do. Show more of the warehouse and do something with that stuff. Another thing is the mention of Gene had mentioned about going to. Well, he didn't say it, but he said a very, very the coldest place on earth or something like that to play, and I guess it's going to be probably KISS in Antarctica, which is only one other band, right, has played there.
Metallica did that a few years ago, and KISS has done well of copying things that Metallica has done. So
Symphony.
So I mean, why not do something Metallica did a few years ago? They've already done that before. So.
But you could say that Metallica copied KISS a little bit just recently because I guess you saw that the colored vinyl Metallica finally got into that business.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that's a revenue stream we haven't tapped into.
So
yeah, so maybe Metallica is stealing an idea from Kiss finally.
Yeah.
But colored vinyl's become so big lately. Like everybody's doing colored vinyl at this point. You see it almost all over.
Yeah, there's another one that I actually just received, but it was Iron Maiden, the live one. That was colored one.
Speaking of colored vinyl, Ace Frehley announced another colored. See what I did there? It's a nice little segue. Ace Frehley announced another version of Origins 2. Like it's like a Christmas version with red on one side and green on the other. So kind of cool. But I mean, at this point, I bought a couple of them. I really don't think I need another version of that album in my collection at this point, unless I am just an uber super completist, which I'm not that much of a completist, especially when it comes to non-Kiss albums and when it comes to solo records. So I have a couple of them. I really don't know how many I need. But you mentioned something before we started recording would have been a whole lot more fun if it's got a Christmas edition. How about a bonus track and like a Christmas song on there? You know, what Christmas song would you want to hear Ace Frehley sing? Ken, I'm curious.
I don't know. It makes sense to me. Maybe it might be Jingle Bell Rock, right? Hey, Jingle Bell Hard Rock.
Maybe White Christmas might have been more.
Oh yeah, White Christmas would have been on the '78 solo album.
Would have been on the '78 album.
Yeah. So, but you know, with the bonus track, I think you'd probably get some more sales. I'm not gonna get this new edition. I actually have I have the CD and one vinyl, the black and gold. That's all I got. I'm not gonna do any more of those. You have to give something extra, I think.
But a bonus track would have maybe pulled the trigger this morning.
It would have. I think it would have gotten picked up sales. You know, a few more sales for that. So yeah, whatever. I'm sure people are gonna still buy it.
People will buy it.
There's the the diehards plus the people that have to have every version.
And and speaking of solo albums too, Julian posted the other day Japanese versions of Peter Criss's first two solo albums that look like those double platinum and Killers and Best of the Solo albums that recently just came out. That's kind of cool too to get updated versions of those. I mean, last time I bought those albums was good 20 years ago minimum.
Yeah, I didn't have those two. I don't have those two on CD. I didn't have it yet.
Oh, really?
So I did order them. Mine shipped. I think Julian got the express, package.
Yeah, because he got his Smashes Thrashes right like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but mine's in the mail. I know it's in postage somewhere. It's on the way from Japan. So
can't track it.
I look forward to having those two finally on CD.
Yeah, my Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits from Japan came the other day. Came Tuesday.
Okay.
So that was cool. I mean, there's nothing in that Japanese one. There's no really extras in there. Like there was in the Best of the Soul albums and that, and Killers had like mini posters and stuff like that, and Double Platinum had some extras in there too. But I was looking for I know Double Platinum people, always kind of, the sound on Double Platinum, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. But I was actually really looking forward to that because, we didn't get a remastered version in '97 of Double Platinum. So I always felt like, they stopped with Crazy Nights. Well, next was Double Platinum, and I never, I was never able to get my remastered version of it.
Did we get it?
And the Double Platinum, not Double Platinum. I mean, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
I messed up. We had Crazy Nights.
Wait a minute, I know I have that.
I'm confusing.
All right, yeah, Smashes and Thrashes did.
We got Smashes. We got
too soon.
Crazy Nights. That was the last one they did. We didn't get a Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits remaster. So I was excited about Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits because I haven't bought that on CD since, I don't know, 1989 or whenever I actually got it on CD. I had it on cassette originally. So I was excited to get Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, a remastered version of it, and a remastered version of one of the greatest Kiss songs of all time, "You Make Me Rock Hard," because when we got the box set in 2001, well, it had an updated or a remastered type version of Let's Put the X in Sex. But we did not get a real remastered version of "You Make Me Rock Hard," and I got it on Tuesday. And I was telling my wife the same thing, and she walked out of the room.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. It was
what are you talking about? would go downstairs.
You know what? That makes me think. There was a couple that didn't get remastered. I still remember that need to be remastered, right?
Hot in the Shade.
Hot in the Shade and Revenge. Revenge was never remastered. Why not?
No, I don't know.
Why not? Well, Hot in the Shade.
Maybe they're holding out for 2022.
Yeah, I don't know how they could remaster Hot in the Shade so much because it's
just demos.
It was
tough to do.
pretty much demo quality stuff, but you never know. But yeah, definitely Revenge should have a remaster.
Maybe they're holding out for us for
Special edition for you, Lonnie. So.
For the 30th anniversary in 2022. They're holding out.
Maybe. There you go. Yeah. Okay. With the special
I doubt
colored
it. They
vinyl.
always talk about how great
a colored vinyl too. That'll be there.
Colored vinyl, like a gray marble.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Wishful thinking.
All right. I can drink.
Let's see what else. We hit all the news, I think. So one other thing that I guess is kind of a news thing was that Kissonline has a Kiss Collector's Edition box set.
Box set? You're like, ooh, box set?
When I first saw box set, I'm like, here it is. They're finally releasing.
This was the news. I thought the countdown was. This is what I was hoping for. The countdown, the box set.
Yeah, I thought this was it. I thought this was going to be this huge box set, and then it turns out to be a small, probably like a cigar box. I don't know how big the box is itself.
It's probably smaller than that.
It's probably too small a box. The box itself looks okay, cool. It's probably cardboard or whatever, but it comes with, I think, it's supposed to be a vintage T-shirt.
A vintage
like
T-shirt.
Like the Return of Kiss or something on it.
I know.
There's some buttons, a few different, or a couple of sets of different buttons, I think, and a few patches.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that up?
I'm trying. Here it is. Kiss Collector's box set, $225. Very limited quantity. Very. So if that doesn't get your blood pumping a little bit. One vintage wash T-shirt,
Okay.
one pin, two patches.
Okay.
Two patches. Come on.
That's just two patches.
3 stickers.
A sticker? 3 stickers.
And
bonus.
3 stickers. And 4 buttons. $225.
And that's $225. I think it should have said the shirt was not washed. That it was first
vintage
worn.
Vintage wash T-shirts.
It was worn by somebody and then washed.
I got some vintage wash T-shirts, Kiss T-shirts myself.
But come on, should that really cost $225? Did they put even $125 is kind of
even $125
is kind of pushing it to me.
That's embarrassing, and that's where Kiss gets the bad rap. Gets the bad rap of they're money hungry, this that blah blah blah. Say what you want about the pay-per-view. I don't think the pay-per-view is that big of a deal. I mean, if you want to spend $40 you can spend as low as $40 on the pay-per-view. And a concert ticket costs you $100 these days. So if I want to spend $40 on a pay-per-view for something to do on New Year's Eve where I really can't go anywhere anyway, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. And if you want to spend more on it, you have that ability to do so. But it's things like this where they get the bad name, and you're like,
yeah.
And then somebody that you're like your acquaintances with hears about something like that, and then they look at you and they go, "Well, aren't you a big Kiss fan?" You're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but not that big. I mean, it's just like I mean, it's fine. It's okay, but yeah, that price is just too much for that. I just think it's way overpriced. I think it's some stuff that they had that was probably for sale or something like that, and didn't sell well, and they're trying to push it out of their warehouse.
So we can put it in a box and call it limited edition. Collector's edition, limited collector's edition, is what it's called.
The pin, is it the pin?
But there's guys out there that'll buy it.
Yeah, there's a pin that's kind of similar to the lips, when they first had their.
Yeah.
but it's a little different. Yeah, I mean that was kind of a cool thing. Though I'd rather have like a replica of it maybe that they did.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, it's things like that make me kind of cringe. Like, oh, yeah. And then and then there's the opposite side of the perspective, and I guess we need to mention this as well.
Yeah.
That Alive '96 debuts tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew's film Alive '96
That's
debuts
right.
tomorrow. And speaking of the opposite side of the of the spectrum, and it's what we talked about when Andrew was on the show last week, is that's when I was really proud to be a Kiss fan. Is '96. I've never been more proud to be a Kiss fan
Oh, yeah.
than during that era when they were the biggest band in the world, and they're playing Dick Clark's New Year's Eve 1996 in the midnight slot, like the prime slot. The ball drops, Dick Clark says Happy New Year, and they go straight to Kiss. I'm like, that's like
Exactly.
the prime music spot in the whole year, and they owned it. And since it's just the two of us, I'm gonna tell a little story real quick about that night. And I'm like 17, I guess, and I'm sitting at my brother's house, and his wife and him had a New Year's Eve party. So my other brother and we went, and we don't know anybody. I'm like 17, he's like 20, so he's 20, so there's really nowhere for him to go on New Year's Eve either. So like we'll go to our older brother's house, and we're just sitting there like, his friends are dorks, we're just sitting there. And then Kiss comes on, and it's like, so him and I are excited, Kiss is on, and this other guy's in the room. It's like, oh, Kiss, they suck. My brother and I like laid into this guy.
Uh-oh.
and I think we left shortly after.
Oh yeah. You always get one of those.
Yeah.
You look over and like, oh god, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I was 17. I really don't care. Say whatever I want.
Yeah. That was a great time. Yeah, definitely check out the video. Everybody that can
Yes,
check
definitely
it out.
check out
For the
Andrew's
video that should have come out. That Kiss should have released of a full live show. '96. It was an exciting time because I stuck with Kiss through that whole period. When they went to the non-makeup, from makeup to non-makeup, through all those years, and kind of the struggling.
Rough time to be a Kiss fan.
Beforehand, and I stuck with them, and then all of a sudden, they're back again, and it was an exciting time, and I was like, see, and then all these people are coming out like praising Kiss all of a sudden. I was like, where were you the last 20 years or whatever? It's like,
where were you when the Revenge Tour came through and the arena was half full?
Yeah, they just jumped on the bandwagon at that point.
Yeah. A year ago, they're playing hotel ballrooms.
Exactly. Yeah, I was in one of those hotel ballrooms.
Right.
Yep. For the.
So definitely check out Andrew's video tomorrow on YouTube, and leave it a like and a comment. So Andrew did a great job on it, and you guys are in for a real treat tomorrow with that.
Yeah, definitely. One other thing, let's see. So now that it's the holiday season and so on, and you have Christmas, Hanukkah, and etc. All the different holidays out there people celebrate.
Right.
Did you have anything on your Christmas list? Did you ask for anything?
I didn't. It's hard for me to ask for things Kiss related for Christmas because, like you and like most uber Kiss fans, if I see something I want, I just buy it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And sometimes I wait and like, oh well, I'll wait and get that. My wife just usually yells at me like the Dress to Kill back in March. Like it came out like the week like the whole country shut down. And like people were like yelling at Kiss on Twitter, oh, great timing to release something while people are out of work, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't buy it that week. And I was like, oh, it'll be on You Discover Music. It'll be on Sound of Vinyl. And it never was. And I didn't get it. So now, like whenever anything comes out, like those Japanese CDs and like any colored vinyl that comes out and I'm looking at, my wife just says, just order it because, if you don't order it, you're not going to get it. And then you're going to be mad. Then I got to hear about it. So just order it. So that being said, another colored vinyl comes out, I get it. Those Japanese CDs came out, well, I buy them. Hashtag blessed that I have the wherewithal to do that, I guess. But even at that, it's hard for people to get me stuff Kiss related for Christmas because people might see something. Well, one, does he already have it?
Does he already have it? Yeah.
There's that aspect. And then two, well, if he doesn't have it, there's probably a nerdy reason why he doesn't have it, that he thinks, well, there's something wrong here because Gene's wearing the wrong costume next to Paul, and that just doesn't look right, and I can't hang that in my house. So,
that's right.
It's true. It's true. Right. The star's on the wrong line. It's a mirror image. That's crap. I'm not putting that up in my house. So, that being said, it's hard for people to buy stuff Kiss related for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, on my end, I think I just asked for. Actually, I did a T-shirt from Kissonline. So I just specified it, and we'll see what happens.
Buy me this.
See if Santa comes. This, Christmas.
Yeah. I think maybe a lot of people, maybe a gift for a KissMas gift for a lot of people is, maybe their spouse or their loved one or someone will buy them the live stream. I think that'd be a great gift for somebody.
Yeah, that's a good timing. Yeah, that's perfect.
You know what I mean? Hey, can't go anywhere in a week on New Year's Eve, so this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Sorry, I keep it.
No, there's something about Christmas, but yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, here's one. What's the best Kiss Christmas gift you ever got? Can you think of one?
No, but I the only thing I can think of is I'm just going to Kiss Christmas gifts, but no. I just can remember probably my first Christmas gift that I ever got was, I know it was Dressed to Kill.
Okay.
I got that as a gift.
That's cool.
Yeah. That was and that's when I was first getting into them. I probably got that either... I want to say I got that in '78.
Okay.
As a Christmas gift, so that was
pretty cool.
That's one I do remember.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So that's one. Otherwise, I can't remember some of the gifts. It's been so many things,
I remember as a kid, like my mom and dad, they wouldn't necessarily just go buy me, music and things like that. They always, my mom and dad are a lot old school. You got to earn it. We just, we don't just buy you random things, So a lot of the times I would have on my Christmas list, I'd put down like any Kiss CD I don't have. I'll take any Kiss CD I don't have because there's, I'm 10, 12 years old. I'm like, there's so many Kiss CDs. And I can't afford I can't afford to buy them all. So, I'd always put that on my Christmas list. Like any Kiss CD I don't have, I'll gladly take it, Or maybe before that, I probably even said any Kiss tape when I was, even younger. I'll take any Kiss cassette tape I don't have. See ya. So, I mean, I would, but my best Christmas gift I ever got was, I was at a mall, like, I don't know, maybe like September, October, something like that. And a store at the mall, and I don't know if it was a Spencer's or a Spencer's type store, had Kisstory. And I hadn't bought Kisstory yet. And I was flipping through it, and like drool was probably like hitting the book as I'm flipping through it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Kisstory came out in what, 94, 95?
Yeah, it was around the time of the conventions. Yeah.
So 94, 95, I'm 14, 15, 16. I can't, $150 to that kid, to a kid 14, 15, 16
That's a lot.
In 1994 is a lot of money. It's just totally out of my price range, But this is a few years later, and this had to have been a few years. It wasn't 94 that I was flipping through this book. It had to have been a few years later that I had to have been 17 or 18, I guess. And for whatever reason, the store at the mall had it, and for whatever reason, you were able to flip through it. And it was just like, holy shit, this is unbelievable. And my girlfriend got it for me for Christmas. Oh, wow. I don't know how the hell she got the money to get it, her parents were members of the country club I worked at, so I guess dad flipped the bill.
Yeah.
But I was just floored when I got that.
Well, that's cool.
You know, so that's the best KissMas gift I ever got, because I was not expecting it. It was something that I was just at that time, and you know, money in my mind at 17 was just totally off the charts. So
yeah, I'm surprised that you saw it in a mall.
I did, and it's crazy.
I never even heard of that before.
And they let me flip through it. As fragile as those books were, they let me flip
the bindings. Yeah. Wow. That's cool. I remember there was no way to see it, except the only time I was able to see it right before I got it in the mail or whatever was at the convention.
The convention? Yeah.
They had it there, and you could buy one there at the convention. But they had, you can open it and flipping through it, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. I already knew I had already ordered it from whatever their online sale
or
was.
Dial-in or mail-in. Maybe mail-in.
It was a mail-in. I think I still have the original mail-in stuff, from when they send it to me. I thought, this is really cool. So I remember reading, and then once I got it right away, I remember reading it pretty much the whole thing through.
And I read it
pretty quickly. Yeah. It was cool. There was a lot of great pictures in there.
Yeah, stuff you'd never seen before. Pictures of the band without makeup in the 70s. Things, and you have to remember, for like younger people watching this, this was all pre-internet. So a lot of those pictures in Kiss you had never seen before.
Exactly.
First time I'd ever seen a lot of those pictures. So it was just jam packed of not just the book itself to read it, but the pictures inside of it, and it was just like jaw dropping. It's like, holy crap! I've never seen any of these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where now you can find a lot of those pictures out there online, but yeah, back then is like they weren't even in magazines. Those pictures, maybe a couple of them, but the majority of them were just alternate pictures or different photo sessions, or some rare picture that Lydia or whatever had taken of them when they were just starting to put on the makeup and practicing and that sort of thing. So yeah, that was that was a cool thing.
It was a fun time to be a Kiss fan.
It was. Well, now I guess we can get into some board topics since we discussed a lot of the news and some other things that came out. You see anything?
One thing I was looking at here is like, which that was posted, which Kiss studio albums do you still listen to? Like which, So I thought, well, that's interesting. I saw that.
At least once a year, right?
At least once a year. Which album do I put on? I gotta listen to. Like I guess, and I talk about it on the show a lot. Like, I listen to music when I run.
That's true.
And depending on the length of my run, if I'm going to go on a longer run, Kiss Alive works for a longer run, The other day, I'm like, well, I'm just going to go short, and a go-to of mine that I love to listen to from start to finish, and I listen to it multiple times a year from start to finish, is Creatures of the Night. And Creatures of the Night on headphones with that sound when I run is absolutely perfect. Except for I Still Love You right in the middle of my run. I'm I'm slowing down.
Walk. It's time for a walk.
I'm slowing down. But I listen to Creatures of the Night from start to finish, I'd say several times a year. And I was, as much as I talk about Revenge, I listen to Revenge at home. Just I need something on while I'm cleaning or I'm working in the garage or something. Boom, I'll throw Revenge on and listen to it.
Yeah.
But and there's others too. But most of the time when I listen to Kiss, I'll put on my phone. I'll put on my phone and I'll just put it on like a mixed playlist of Kiss more than anything else. Just so, because listening to Kiss is fun, and the fact that I could listen to Creatures of the Night and it's so hard and dirty. And then I can listen to Crazy Crazy Nights, which is the same band, but just totally different.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
Anyway, but the question, I'm getting off topic. So what album do you listen to? What album do you still listen to?
At
Studio
least
albums.
once a year. That's a good question. The thing is, do I go, listen to the whole album all the way through? I listen to a lot of certain songs from many albums, but I'm going to guess that I probably listened to the first album all the way through, and probably Rock and Roll Over, maybe Love Gun. There's, I think I'd skip the last song on that.
That's enough.
All the way through kind of thing too. Definitely, music from the Elder. I know I do, and probably Creatures Like You, Lick It Up.
Yeah,
for sure. And maybe Revenge too. Some of the other ones are hit and miss. Where you listen to these things so many times. And sometimes
right.
you don't. Unless I pull an album, I'll say, okay, I feel like so and so, or I bought for instance that Walmart Kiss Love Gun vinyl, splatter vinyl that came out. So I put that on and played it.
Threw it on
because you know what, and that's the one thing great about vinyl at least back in the day, and I guess it could be still now, but you put it on. You just let it go. You're kind of you're dialed into it, and then you have to flip it over. Of course, to play the second side, but you're kind of committed, invested in it,
right?
And for the duration of the album, and that's what's bad about today's music. A lot of today's music, maybe just because it's on CD or people buying singles, they don't really hear, or get the album and try to listen to the whole thing. They'll skip to the song or whatever. Where the vinyl, you had to sit there and you would listen to it, and then you would discover things. You're like, oh, I don't want to play that. But you know what? Sometimes there's a point in a song that totally changes up, or there's a very cool part in a song that you would have never gotten to if you were like listening to a CD. Oh, this song doesn't sound that good. I'm skipping to the next song.
Right.
But then you ended up missing out on a very cool part of the song, or that made the song what it is.
Yeah, or you listen to CDs and it's so easy to skip to the next song, or if you're streaming music, it's so easy just to skip to the next song. Well, there's a lot of songs that I got to listen to it 2 or 3 times, and it grows on me, and then you end up like, and then you're like, oh wow, you know what? That's actually one of my favorite songs on the album. Exactly. And I think that's something that's kind of lost today with just buying singles on iTunes, I'm so old. iTunes probably isn't even a thing anymore. People do Spotify more than anything else. But right. But I use iTunes more than anything. But I still buy. If I'm just looking for a song, I'll go to iTunes. But I still buy physical CDs more than anything.
Yeah.
But I think that's lost, where a song to grow on you, and that's what makes vinyl so good, is that it forces you to listen to the 4th track on side 1, because you're, like you said, you're committed to it. I put it on, well, I'm committed to it, and well, I might as well flip it over and listen to the side 2 since I already have it out, because then I gotta put it away and I gotta be careful putting it back in the sleeve and this and that. Well, I might as well flip it over and listen to the other side while I have the album out. So I think that is something that's lost today, is the song that grows on you.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we did that other show, about AC/DC's, latest album, and certain songs start to grow on you after a few listens.
Sure.
Where you thought certain songs, come out and grab you right away, but then some other songs take a little bit longer and end up being, favorable or whatever, better than the other song that you thought was the best song, and it changes. So.
So there's multiple albums I still listen to from start to finish.
Yeah, it's
even today.
It's hard to say what. I can't remember. I guess I don't know. I listen to a lot of Kiss stuff throughout the year, so
yeah.
But I don't listen to necessarily the same one over and over. unless it's a brand new Kiss album, which we're not going to get. But
which we haven't
if
had
it's
in
brand
8
new,
years.
you know, you listen to it several times to, you know, again, get a good feel and try to, you know, figure out what's your favorite song on the album. So, what else?
Who else is on the board?
There was a thing about if you were gonna put uh, if you're in charge of putting Crazy Nights together,
Mm.
yeah, how would you go about it? So, and this has to do with about the song choices on there, you know, the producing of it, who's would be the producer, and the track list kind of thing. I'm not gonna mess with too much of the track list, but I would say that well, definitely, what was it, Boomerang or whatever it was, or no, Boomerang was on the other
Boomerang's on Hot in the
on
Shade.
the shade. But maybe no. I don't know if that would go in there. Well, maybe it would. It's still going there. But the most important thing about it is, yeah, I agree with keyboards. They should have gotten rid of the keyboards, turned up the guitars, and then had Paul Stanley sing in like an octave lower or two.
Right.
You know, that was just too much trying to do vocal calisthenics on that. And then as far as producer, I do agree. You know, I would have loved to have had with the post there, Mutt Lang. I would have had.
Yeah,
Man,
that would have been.
that would have been an awesome producer.
He definitely would have given you a much heavier record than
Oh yeah,
what came
yeah.
out. You know, and I think you would have heard the drums a whole lot more, and you would have heard the guitars a whole lot more,
Mm-hmm.
and a whole lot less keyboard. And it would have been. I think you could still take those song selection, like you said,
You just
and
rework it a
you
bit.
could have made it a lot heavier than what you
Yeah,
did. I do like the poster put on the idea of putting Sword in the Stone and Time Traveler on there,
yeah,
which are good songs. You know,
yeah,
Time Traveler's fine. It sounds like it should be in a movie soundtrack more than anything
yeah. Right.
else.
Back to the
Like it should
Future
be
or
in Back
something.
to the Future or something like
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
that.
Perfect.
But but you know, I wouldn't mess a whole lot with the sound with the song selection. I think you could take those songs, you know, and we've talked about it on the show before too. Like you could do the same thing with Unmasked. You could take those songs
Mm-hmm.
on that album and change the mixing up and make it just change the producer and change the mix, and you could have a whole lot heavier songs. You could have a totally different attitude about those songs had they been produced and mixed
Oh yeah,
differently.
definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, production makes a big difference on these
This guy
things.
says he wouldn't change a thing. So, well, okay.
um, there's also, let's see here. Oh, I know I saw the um, Ace Frehley had put out that a video, right? Or for I'm Down, I think.
Yeah, that came out today too.
Yeah. So that was new. That probably should have been in the news today.
That should have been more of a
I
lead
haven't
top.
I haven't watched it yet, so I'll have to check it out. But I know
And I
that's one of
haven't
my
either.
favorite songs on Origins. Yeah.
That won our poll when we did our poll on our favorite albums as I'm Down was I think what came in number one.
Yeah, I think you and I
So
had ranked it high. Yeah,
I think you and I um, wrecked the curve on that. So
we did. We did.
no, it's like I guess that we didn't lead off it. We probably should have led off with that, but we didn't because I've been at work all day and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But so that's going on too, which is nice.
Oh, there was something about. Oh yeah, this other one real quick. I think I responded on it. Would you like uh, the idea of one final album if Vinny was involved? Number one, Vinny was involved co-writing, and or if number two, if they agreed to use an outside producer, and if not, what would your realistic stipulations be for a final Kiss album?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and what did I write? I actually responded on that one.
Oh, can
I'm
respond.
trying to remember what I wrote, but I believe I said, well, someone said that, Paul can't sing,
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I don't know where it is in here, but basically said, I believe it doesn't matter. Paul doesn't have to sing. I said the other guys can, take up the slack. And if Paul's gonna sing, they can fix it.
They can fix
They
it.
can fix it.
Don't think they weren't fixing it on Monster and Sonic Boom already.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They can fix it. And then the other thing I said about producer, I said, hey, if you're gonna do another Kiss album, anybody but a member of Kiss should produce it. I mean,
you need that outside voice.
You need an outside person. I would be, even what's his face, Vinny, the guy who did Poncia.
Vinny Poncia.
The guy that did Unmasked.
Dynasty and Unmasked.
Yeah. I would be okay. I would be okay if he did it too. But I know someone said that maybe Michael James Jackson would be a good one, and I said, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, everybody says Michael James Jackson or Bob Ezrin or Eddie Kramer.
The normal guys, that you would pick.
Which would be great. But I would just love any outside voice. And I think that's, as much as I like Sonic Boom, I'm not as big of a fan of Monster. I like Sonic Boom more. I think that's what those two albums were missing, is that for someone to come in and kick them in the ass a little bit.
Exactly,
and like
yeah.
I heard a story like when Black Sabbath's 13 came out. They made the members of Black Sabbath sit down and listen to those original records. Like, this is what you guys need to sound like.
Right, exactly.
And I know it's tough to recreate the past, and that's what a lot of artists try to do, is recreate the past, and that's hard. But sit down and listen to how those albums sounded. I know you're going to come out and say, "Oh, it's a classic album. It should, it belongs right there with Love Gun Destroyer and all of them." But sit down and listen to the sound on those albums. Sonic Boom doesn't sound like Love Gun or Rock and Roll Over. It sounds like Kiss, because Kiss has many different sounds. Yeah. But it doesn't sound like those just 70s type albums. And they did their best to make Sonic Boom sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
Monster does not sound like that at all. It's totally brick walled, and it does not sound like it at all. Mm-hmm. And again, go back to producing. It can ruin an album for you. But I think if Kiss were to do an album again, it would have to be an outside producer. And Vinny was involved in co-writing. As a co-writer, I think Vinny gave them some of their better stuff. I don't have a problem with Vinny being a co-writer. Can he be a nightmare to work with? Probably so. I can see that for sure being a possibility. But I would love to get a Gene and Vinny co-write, or a Paul and Vinny co-write. Yeah. It's not going to happen because Paul doesn't have a nice thing to say about Vinny. But I would love to see what they could do still. I would just love another Kiss album. We got an AC/DC album in lockdown. Other artists have Alice Cooper's putting out an album in February.
Right.
It's not my cup of tea. My wife's excited about it, but Taylor Swift is dropping her second album since COVID started tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she's been busy. I wish some of the other artists that we follow, like Kiss, had been more. I mean, you can do a record with the world the way it is right now. I mean, and other artists have proven that, and other artists have proven that you can do it. So, and I think some of us were hoping that's what that announcement leading up to maybe they've been secretly working on something, and when we start touring again, hey, we're gonna have a new album to push. But obviously that's not the case. So. But I wish there was another Kiss album in the works. It's been 8 years and they're still touring, so I would have been really excited for it, obviously.
Yeah, there was something, and actually there was a post I think last week about that, a Kiss album, and Paul said in his interview about he doesn't want to, it wasn't the right time to do a Kiss album. Like, it's been 8 years.
When is the right time?
When is the right time? When is the right time? It's like come on, and like he's worried about tarnishing the legacy.
I think we've done that.
Yeah, I mean,
We did a farewell tour 20 years ago. I think we've done that.
Yeah, the farewell tour. I mean, I don't know. It's like, come on, what are you afraid of? It's Kiss is still going to be around. It's not going to kill them or anything. To do an album, it's not going to, and it won't tarnish legacy.
It's not going to cause one less person to go to a show.
No,
if they put out an album that isn't as well received. It's not going to put one less butt in the seats.
Yeah, the show.
And that's what they really care about at the end of the day.
Exactly. So, yeah, that was that.
No, it's a shame they can't do something. But we get a pay-per-view in 3 weeks, so and I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to be happy about watching it. Actually, I'm not going to watch it live because I got to be at work during the day when it's airing live.
What time does it air at your time?
It airs 11 a.m. here, so okay. I'll still be at work.
I think it's 10 or 9 a.m. here. I want to say it's 9 a.m. here. But I have multiple showings or viewings.
So I'll watch it when I get home.
Because I don't know if I'm going to watch it in the morning, maybe eating breakfast or something. But I may save it and to watch
it that evening, in the evening New Year's Eve.
At some point then to enjoy it then. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what my package has, but I think you have multiple views in the 30-day period or something like that.
Right.
For the 200 and whatever amount that I paid. So, and then I'm going to get a DVD Blu-ray thing later on too. So.
Yeah, don't worry. They'll make sure everybody is able to buy a Blu-ray later.
Oh no, yeah. See, this is a special edition, but then there'll be another edition.
There'll be another one too. Just
all
like
they have to do is change something a little bit, and
Just like the Vegas thing. I flew out to Vegas to see them, and then they had that movie theater screening of Kiss Rock to Vegas, so I paid to go.
I did go to that, yeah.
So I did do that in theater, and then it came out on the DVD, so I had to get that, and then I had to get the vinyl. And then there's this other special edition that has four discs on it or something. I got that too. They really got me on Vegas.
Yeah, I got that. I had gotten the Japanese one.
Yeah, you had that whole the hoodie and all that.
It came with the hoodie and whatever mask and it was like 4 discs and but then I ended up getting the black vinyl at the record store, which I got the little tchotchkes or whatever, the little there was a Kiss like beer warmer.
Oh yeah.
And some matches, a book of matches, I think, Kiss for the Kiss Live. So that was like a thing that I got as a bonus.
Make your own pyro.
Yeah. Bring it down house. Yeah, that was one of them. But then Lonnie, they got the yellow vinyl or whatever it is now.
I know.
And it comes with a DVD.
Probably, I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on that.
It's a Christmas listing.
Right. Yeah. Or something. Anybody looking for your last minute gift ideas? I have one.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, or should we?
I think we've kind of
covered everything today.
Kind of skimmed through what's going on right now. Looked at a few board topics. Julian should be back next week. Mark said he should be ready to go by next week as well. Well, actually, I think it's rock and roll next week.
Oh yeah. So our other for anyone interested, our other one, we are going to do a Look It's Rock and Roll episode, I believe next week. So I think with the 4 of us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that should be pretty good. Keep an eye out for that one. So for now, that ends our episode. So from Lonnie and myself, I wanted to say from Julian and Mark.
Well,
Andrew. We can still say that anyway. Andrew, Daniel.
Alive 96 tomorrow
Alex,
for Andrew.
The crew. If we don't see you until, we may or may not see you until after the holidays or around the holidays or after. Who knows? We don't know. But have a great holiday. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for spending time listening to the KissFAQ podcast today. All sales are final. There are no refunds. If you'd like, look us up on Facebook or come over to the KissFAQ message board and discuss the topic we've broadcast today. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes, Spreaker, or wherever you've listened to the show. We hope you'll join us again.